Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is going to be a video for my series. I know I had taken a break for a little bit, but I'm back again. What I am reading for today, and this is Movie Star Monday, right? So I figured rather than do the movie star, I actually was very curious and wanted to do a reading for Albert of Monaco and his wife. So I figured, why not do a reading for them, right? They're a beautiful couple, young couple, but whenever they got married or whatever, it was years ago, right? Almost like 10, 11 years or maybe even 12 years ago. I was thinking, I don't know about this relationship, right? I wasn't too sure about that. So, sorry, I got the itchies because I was in the sun, y'all, today. So I was like, and then never really thought about it. But for some reason today I was just thinking, I said, okay, who shall I do a reading for? And I said, why not them? So here we go, everybody. I am doing a reading for Prince Albert of Monaco and his beautiful wife, Charlene. And let's take a quick look at it. And of course I got to take care of all my allergies. I did use a nasal spray and oh my god, after using that nasal spray, something new I tried, I couldn't stop sneezing for a good 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, what is going on? So if you hear any grunting, etc., it's my sidekick here, Mr. Saint Bernard, who's here. So let's take a look, right? So Albert of Monaco, his full name is Albert Alexandre Louis Pierre Grimaldi, and his wife Charlene Lynette Whitstock. That's her maiden name. Okay, so that's how I've done their thing. And they were married on July 1st, 2011. Now, he was born on March 14th, 1958, and she was born on January 25th, 1978. So there's a good 20 years difference between them. He's a Pisces and she's an Aquarius. So as usual, let's take a quick gander and see what's going on. We always wish these beautiful couples, whoever it is, all the very best in life. I'm using both these sets. I'll pull one for couple for him, couple for her, and then we'll take it. But I don't know, y'all. I have this weird feeling that this marriage is not going to last. That's what I think. And I also have this weird feeling that at some point in time she is going to want to legally separate from him, and she will. I'm going to say this. My one fear is I hope this doesn't become another case like, our man Charlie in England, right? So you know who I'm talking about. I wish this couple all the very best. She's obviously, absolutely drop dead gorgeous person. She's just so beautiful. And needless to say, she was a competitive athlete, right? A swimmer, diver, something like that. So she is quite an individual. Mr. Grimaldi, Albert Grimaldi, I have nothing negative to say because I just don't know. So it's not my place to say anything negative about anybody, even if I do or I don't, unless there's some sort of a criminal whatever, then I will say it, right? Speak my mind. So let's pull out some cards for him, and then I'll pull out some cards. I'm using this deck for him and also overall energy for her, and then we'll take it. So we have the fire card for him. I'm going to pull 3. Air. This guy. Fire, air, and Pisces. And you know what? He is a Pisces sun because he was born on March 14th. That makes him a Pisces, correct? Yeah. Right? Oddly enough. And then let's take a look at, I pulled 3 cards for him. So let's say, oh, interesting. I am not at all surprised. I'll show you the numbers I did. Y'all will be blown away. Let me just draw cards for her, and then because I have my paperwork already, I'll show you, okay? The cards. Okay. Charlene Lynette Whitstock. Charlene Lynette Whitstock. Water. Oh my gosh. And then we have Neptune. And let me shuffle it once more. Nope. This one. Virgo. Okay, very interesting. So let's put away these decks here, otherwise I will get super confused. All right, so let's take it from the top. So interesting, y'all. This is like no jokes, right? So right off the bat, if you look at him, he's a Pisces, right? And she is an Aquarius. Now, when I did the numbers for him, I got Pisces Sun. I got the fourth house and the second house being very active. The second house for him is Aries. We got the fire card here. And we got Gemini, which is his fourth house, right? So for him, the fourth house is 1, 2, 3, 4 is Gemini, which is an air card. What are the odds? And of course, he is a Pisces himself, right? For her, she's an Aquarius sun, and I got her first house, which is Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and her sixth house, which is Cancer. And they were married on July 1st, 2011, which is a Cancer. So for her, I got the water over here, which is, so that will be 12, 11, 10. See, and then we have Neptune, right? And then we have Virgo. Okay, so let's take a look. So for him, I do believe that his fourth house and second house is very, as well as his first house, are very, very, very active. So when we take a look at Pisces, Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Pisces is also ruled by Neptune. She has a Neptune over here. So Pisces is with Jupiter expansion, take that back. Jupiter is all about expansion, growing, philosophy, learning, wanting to go big, that kind of a stuff. And with Neptune, you do have confusion, illusion, and dreams. But here's the thing, y'all. I want to say with Pisces, there is a great element of holding things within. There's also a great element of trying not to being very controlled. I almost want to say it's like passive aggressive. There is some passive aggressiveness in him. Now we have, and Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, and Aries, which is second house, is ruled by Mars, and Gemini is his fourth house, which is ruled by Mercury. So think about that. So when we talk about the second house, right, the first house is all about the self, right? The second house is all about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, money, job, family, that sort of a thing. And the fourth house has everything to do with home, mother, prosperity, vehicles, emotions, family roots, affairs at the end of the life, emotional connection to mother. So I am not surprised to say that there is a very traumatic there is a residual energy based on the traumatic emotional experience he has had. As we all know, his mom died in that accident, etc., and he was a young kid. So can you imagine the trauma? But there's also that constant yearning and wanting to and obviously, right, I mean, if a young child loses the mother, I mean, think about the whatever, I don't know how old he was when his mom died, but either way, losing the mom could have been very, very traumatic an experience. I don't think he's ever really gotten over it. Now, I will say among all of his siblings, he would have been the one closest to his mom. And in certain mannerisms, I don't know his mother's date of birth, etc. I'm not getting into that, but closest to him, and also closest to her in terms of certain characteristics, personality traits. Now we also have the first house, right? First house is Pisces, and he is a Pisces. So there's this great element of being conscious and being aware of who he is, what he stands for, how he presents himself, how he wants people to look at him, and how people perceive him. Okay, so obviously he is somebody who is he's a Grimaldi, so clearly, heir to the throne, etc. So there is that great emotional contract to the throne. Then for her, we have water. She's an Aquarius sun, and we've got Virgo. Water clearly indicates any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I have 6 here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the sixth house is Virgo, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And now keep in mind, Neptune card, okay, which also rules Aquarius, is all about illusions and dreams and all that stuff. So now, so then we go, how does this make any sense? Well, with the sixth house, where she's a Aquarius, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth house is Cancer. She was married in the Cancer season. They were married on July 1st. And then Neptune, 1, 2, 3 is Aries. This is number 3. I'm talking about number, I'm doing a little bit of numerology, which is Aries, and he has a fire card. His second house is Aries. And then we have Virgo, which is 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So yeah. So there is no doubting that there was this attraction, there was this kind of a connection, if you will. I almost want to say it's a kind of a fated relationship. There is no surprise to that. This also goes to show that clearly, we all know she was a swimmer or diver or something like that. But this great, even though she is an Aquarius is all about the air, yeah, right? It's about the creativity. It's all about imagination, that sort of a thing. Her, I don't know what everything is in her chart. Like I just drew her date of birth. I wouldn't be surprised if she's got very strong water elements or Cancer element or even moon in her card, in her chart. There is an element of dreaminess about her, for sure. There's also a lot of strategic thinking, planning, paying attention to detail, the Virgo elements. And then Virgo is ruled by Gemini, and so we know that she's also very adaptable. She's also somebody who can be very quick in terms of accepting change. Oh, how shall I phrase it? Okay. Accepting of change to a certain extent, but then the Virgo comes in and that says, no, this is too much change for me. As long as the change is within limits, she's okay. But there is a great element of dreaminess to her. There's also a very emotional side to her character. She could be very emotional, okay? And I'm also going to say that as far as the water aspect of the Cancer element is concerned, I don't think she stood a chance marrying this guy. Like, it was very clearly her, and that's it. And he pursued her, and there was no way she was going to get out of it. No way. See, Aquarius is the 12th house for Pisces. Okay, so he's a Pisces, she's an Aquarius. So Aquarius will be his 12th house. And she's an Aquarius, and Pisces is him, and he is the second house. So 12th house and second house. Second house, like I said, values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, money, job, family. 12th house is karma. It's foreign associations. 12th house also talks about institutions, organizations, things that are kind of hidden, if you will. Think about an institution, right? Any institution. There are a lot of things that are kept hidden for a reason, for a specific reason. So there is no doubting that these two were fated, and I don't think she stood a chance. I mean, the moment he laid eyes on her and said, okay, she's somebody I'm interested in, he did everything he could to woo her. And yeah, all that is romantic and this and that, but I would not be surprised if she was very, very hesitant to marry him. As much as he might have been attracted to her and she might have been attracted to him, there was if you were to truly ask her to speak from her heart in confidence, I would not be surprised if she says, I should not have married him. I knew it was not going to be a good fit, but I just got carried forward in that wave of whatever, you know what I mean? So I think at the back of her mind, she knew that this isn't a good relationship, but for whatever reason, either pressure, society pressure, the pressure from him, her family, who knows what, she was like, nah, I don't think I should. I'm going to say this, y'all. Even as she was saying her vows, I think there was a part of her that was like, this is a big mistake. But what am I doing here? This is a big mistake. What am I doing here? Because I do believe she felt that as much as they might have had interests and attractions and all that stuff, she knew that there was no way he would understand her. For her, it was all about, do you understand me? Do you get me? Okay. Now, before I go any further, let me just say this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own due diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Okay. I think for her, as much as she was accepting of the age difference, all that is fine. She felt that he didn't understand her, really understand her. I think that's the disconnect. The Fool card. The Fool is Uranus, okay? It talks about change and new beginnings, correct? Willingness to take a giant leap of faith in the unknown, etc., etc. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, of course, right? And then we have 2, which is the High Priestess ruled by the Moon. I will tell you though, there might have been a female who was quite what's the word? Insistent that, look, it's too late, don't turn your back, it's all going to be fine. What do you think? Do you think everybody's marriage starts off being all, all this romantic whatever, like, yes, every marriage, whether you fall in love and get married or whether it is a marriage of convenience, at some point in time, people go through these ups and downs. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay, things will be fine, and you can't back out now, and that's not going to look very well and for you, and you will forever be known as a person who, whatever. There was some sort of an emotional blackmail type of a situation that has occurred. Now, the High Priestess is ruled by the Moon. It talks about quietness, things being hidden. It also talks about not rushing, right? But it also talks about intuition and memory. I will tell you, as much as this is Uranus change and new beginnings, I don't think she really wanted to. She was really prepared for the she may have said, I'm prepared, or how they prepared these people. Of course, he's royalty and she's a commoner, and there's a whole bunch of preparation in terms of getting to know the protocol and customs, etc. As much as she knew this was a new journey, after the novelty factor wore off, she knew that things were going to change. The relationship between her and him was definitely going to change. She also knew that there was a lot about him and his relationship with her and her relationship with him that was hidden, and she knew those things were not going to come to light now. As much as she might have researched and dug around and tried to find out, things were being purposefully kept hidden from her. Absolutely, things were being purposefully kept hidden from her. The illusion of, it's okay, things are going to change, don't worry about it, but the things are going to change, the wheel is moving forward, but the wheels can move to the left, they can move to the right, they can move straight or backwards even, right? She wasn't too sure that it was going to be going in the right direction. In spite of that, there was a lot of pressure put on her, basically not to back out. Now, keep in mind, Uranus just changed and new beginnings, and Uranus is also shocks, sudden changes, sudden shocks, new beginnings, etc. Now, she's in Aquarius, and Uranus is one of her ruling planets as well as Saturn. So think about that for a second. As much as she might be okay for change, she's okay and accepting, like I said about Mercury, she's okay and accepting of change to a certain extent. After that, she's, like, we all have our limits, right? After that, she's unable to emotionally handle it, and that's the way she's been even since childhood, in my opinion. So with this the High Priestess, I wonder who that is. I also wouldn't be surprised if she herself might have thought, I shouldn't be rushing into this, I shouldn't be rushing into it. On the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if she might have confided in an older female or somebody to say that, I think I should slow down or whatever. But see, the high priestess also to a certain extent does talk about organized religion or the church, or the hierophant, of course, that is the obvious obvious association. But the high priestess also, now what is a high priestess? If you go back and look in history, high priestess is always somebody who was on the quiet side, managing all the spiritual aspects of the kingdom or whatever, if you know what I mean, right? Also somebody who people went to and who said, okay, you need to, for advice, and you do this, you do this, you do this. So I wouldn't be surprised if a higher authority may not necessarily have been the church, but somebody associated with, or somebody who the Grimaldis looked to. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually hurried this through, also put pressure and said, no, 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 we can't let you get out of this now. It's too late. We have to rush, rush, rush and get this thing done. There was a lot of rush, rush element over here. It's, I hate to say this, y'all, but I truly believe that this marriage is not going to last for very long. I will also tell you, with this intense Mercury in her chart, that there is a lot of emotional and mental stress on her. As much as she's to be a competitive athlete, there is an element of discipline and strength of character, be strong in your mindset, etc., etc. All that is fine, right? And I'm not in any way diminishing or taking that away from her, but there has always been her family and friends, and she herself knows that there has always been a part of her psyche that was very fragile. Okay, and a lot of stress, constantly in her head. I don't think she, as much as she's doing a phenomenal job, she's so beautiful. Have you seen her pictures? Oh my goodness, she's like drop dead gorgeous. I mean, she's just so beautiful. And to think about, the first card that pops up is the marriage card. To think about, there's, as much as it may look to the outside world that she has everything, she has beauty, she has brain, she's an accomplished athlete herself, she's married into this fancy family, she's got all the trappings of everything one would desire, but there is an element of hollowness, there's an element of feeling like surreal, this is surreal, there's an element of, I'm entrapped, I cannot get away from this. As much as, she's committed. Once she makes a commitment, she'll go through on it. But I cannot say for a fact that 100% her heart and soul is in this relationship or contract. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time they do part their separate ways. Go their separate ways. She's under a lot of pressure. She's been under a lot of pressure from the word get-go, y'all. That's what I'm going to say, which is very unfortunate, right? Okay, let's take a look and pull some more cards. Excuse me. Ooh, hello, baby. I almost dropped the whole deck. So I did show you this card popped out, and I was busy shuffling. So we have the Two of Coins, right? Then we have the Ace of Coins. Oh, Page of Wands and Four of Coins. So what this is telling me is, of course, as far as the family is concerned, her marriage, her unity. What is Four of Wands? Four of Wands stands for homecoming, celebrations, family, friends, reunions, gatherings, this, that, basically, and it also signifies marriage, right? So you have the Four of Wands, and then followed by that you have the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins does talk about weighing the pros and cons, multitasking, being flexible enough to do this and that, and yet have the presence of mind to know that decisions need to be made, really multitasking. And then you have the Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins is always about something new, right? That well, coins, as we know, it's all earth, right? Coins typically signify Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, and it's all about the materialistic. What are coins, right? Coins is all about the material, physical, and practical aspects. Conservatism, right? Very intense conservatism. Of course, you belong to any royal family. You marry into the royal family, you're born into the royal family. There's a lot of the institution in and unto itself is pretty conservative, right? And then you have the Page of Wands. Now, the lot of wands, you got the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands. So what is the Page of Wands? Page of Wands talks about a creative individual, somebody who has the ability to create and come up with new ideas and take action. And then Four of Coins talks about insecurity, holding on, greed, insecurity. Now here's the odd thing, okay? You have the marriage, the family on one end, which is 4, and then on the other end you have the Four of Coins. I will tell you that even if she may have tried to get away from this relationship or get away from her husband, she was not allowed. She was not allowed, because there may have been a tentative offer of, okay, let's think about it. I have a couple of options. Would you consider any of these options? And here you go. This option is going to be the best. This is going to take care of everything. How about you start something new? How about you handle something new? And then you have the Page of Wands. She could be very creative, coming up with new ideas, etc. This and that. And then it's like, no. Insecurity, holding on. This is also a card of greed for monetary and financial economic security, but this card also talks about insecurity, not wanting to let go, holding on. So this enticing her, or doing everything that the institution or he can do to entice her to hold her back, right? It's like almost like it's almost a ego, a pride kind of thing. No way am I going to let this marriage disintegrate. No way. Whatever it is I can do, given my power and given my status, I'm going to do, and I'm going to offer to hold her back. So there's always that changing around. Now I will also tell you two of coins, right? Two of Coins also talks about multiple choices. I wouldn't be surprised if, of course, it's all over the news that he had been having this affair, whatever, high society, whatever. Then Ace of Coins does talk about having a child. Aces are always children. So I wouldn't be surprised that marriage, he had options. Not that he married another individual. He might have had, of course, numerous affairs. But this particular thing, he had choices. This particular other choice or other option was something that was very enticing. Progeny, most certainly a male child, Pages, right? A male child, and holding on for dear life, not wanting to let go of her either. As much as he has all this going on in the middle, right? I don't think he's going to let her go. Even though it's all out in the open that he was having an affair and he had a child and this, that, and the other, he is very controlling. And he is not going to let her get out. And there's a feeling of entrapment. I think for her, the biggest thing is that coming to find out, having multiple affairs is one thing, but coming to find out that there is a child is what really got to her. Wow. Whoa. Okay. All right. We have 7, which is the Chariot card. We have the Emperor, another 4. Wow. We have the Page of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, y'all. And I'll tell you why. So the Chariot card, as we know, is a Cancer card, right? The Chariot card talks about success. It talks about protection, protecting your emotions. It talks about having the balance, having the ability to balance, to find balance, pay attention to detail, manage all the manage the energies around you, have a control of your emotions, etc. The Chariot card also talks about it's just managing, balancing, having the ability to balance, having the ability to manage these two horses going in different directions. You are the charioteer, you better well know how to handle this. And here you have the Emperor, who's Aries, and Aries is the second house. And Aries talks about being the leader, being the emperor, somebody which he is, making decisions that would impact everybody, basically calling the shots, etc. But I will tell you, as much as he is a Pisces, okay, as much as he's a Pisces, and there's an element of dreaminess, there's an element of passive aggressiveness, etc. He can be very, very Aryan. He can have that Mars energy around him. This guy has a tendency to fly off the handle. This guy has a tendency to basically, tell, I'm not going to say emotionally blackmail, but kind of insinuate that rules and regulations are a must and that has to be followed. So for example, if somebody is trying to veer away from the norm and he feels like he's losing control over that individual, he's going to pull out the books and say, look, as per this and this, as per the constitution, as per the whatever, as per the church, as per whatever our traditions are, you cannot do this, etc., and therefore I'm not going to let you do it. Like, he is not above using all tactics, any tactics available to him to rein in, to control, to manage the energies. Now the funny thing is we have another page here. Remember earlier we had the Page of Wands, and now we have a Page of Swords, and after the Page of Swords we have the King of Cups. So with the Page of Swords, right, Page of Swords does talk about there's a lot of curiosity, there's a lot of gossiping, they're prying eyes. Like, so even within the family, even within the government, even within society, the world over, whatever, there's this constant feeling like the eyes are on him, the eyes are on her, which obviously if you are at that state or that level in society or whatever, you're in the public eye. But I do believe more than people talking about him and people talking about her, people are wondering about these two pages. One of them is, both are biological kids to him, but one married, one out of wedlock, and one is born out of wedlock and the other isn't. So there is a lot of questions and doubts about this. There is something about these two pages, y'all. Could be his kids, kid by her and kid by whoever else. There is a lot of talk about this. There is a lot of gossip about these two kids. They're wondering who's more capable than the other, because his biological son, by marriage to Charlene, is the one who will inherit the throne. But this one is quite prominent also. I don't know why. But see, over that card we have the King of Cups. Now he is a Pisces, so King of Cups also talks about somebody who is very tolerant, very supportive, who is a leader, etc. So he could be showing up as a King of Cups because he is a Pisces. I know I said the Emperor card, but hear me out. So I think he's favoring this guy, because this is how the card was like this. So I think he himself is favoring one particular child or male offspring than the other. But still there is some kind of a mystery over here. There's something is hidden over here. Something, it's like, people know, but then they don't know. People are sure, but then they're not sure. People know this is the decision has to be taken, but then again, is there a way that some other decision could be taken? And after all of that drama, you have the Two of Cups, remember? So remember I said Four of Pentacles is insecurity, holding on, not willing to let go, greed, etc., control, etc. Right on top of that, you have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups talks about romance. It talks about partnership, proposals, marriage. It also partnerships could be anything, right? It could be marriage. It could be political partnerships, relationships, alliances, partnership with entities, whatever, with organizations, with institutions. So, I'm going to say the fact that he is, I do believe, more, he is promising her not to worry about something, and that's another tactic that he's using to hold on, to offer, to hold on to the marriage with her, right? um, do you get what I'm saying? It's like almost, oh my god, I don't know if I'm explaining. I do believe he's using this emotional thing, this thing with the children or this particular child as well, to kind of hold on to her and to want to continue to have the relationship or marriage with her, continue the partnership with her. It's weird, y'all. It's weird. I'm just going to set this because. So now, let's take a look at something else. I'll just pull two more cards from this and then I'll move on to another deck. Or whatever cards. Yeah, two cards. We have the Six of Swords and then we have the Devil card. Y'all, I am pretty sure that at some point in time she's going to walk away from this marriage. Regardless of what he says or what he does, she's going to say, she is at a stage now where she may feel like yeah, every time you say this, every time you say that, but it's back to the same thing, it's like, you promised me this, you promised me that, but come to think about it, nothing has changed. Come to think about it, nothing has changed. Nothing will ever change. That sort of an energy. So, very unfortunate. She's going to walk away from him at some point in time. And then let's talk about the Devil card here. Okay. This was stuck, right? Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to gross you all out, but so when we talk about the Devil card, it's Capricorn, it's deviant sexual energies, it's control, it's codependent relationships. Capricorn also talks about letting go of fear and moving towards liberation, that sort of a thing. So when you look at that card, for her, she wants to let go of fear and summon up the courage to say, this marriage isn't working, I need to leave. But she's unable to do that because she definitely wants to leave, right? But this is a codependency control card. So he is completely controlling. She's not going to find it that easy to walk away from him. Y'all, I worry about her. I'll tell you that. I seriously worry about this beautiful lady. I seriously worry about her. Her mental and her physical self. I worry about her. Read between the lines. As much as she is, adapted to royalty, to that institution, she has done phenomenally well, like protocol, do's and don'ts, and she's a very accomplished, beautiful young lady. The way she conducts herself, etc., etc. Needless to say, oh my God, she's so drop dead gorgeous. It's like unbelievable. I mean, have you seen pictures of her? She's just like, she's just so beautiful. I mean, she's just so beautiful. And y'all, I really worry about her. I really worry about her. Based on what I'm seeing, it should never have been, y'all. It should never have been. It should never have been. Anxiety, grief, struggle, emotionally feeling like she is unable to do anything, grief, depression. Like, remember earlier when I saw the Mercury card, as much as she was an international or competitive athlete or whatever, and that takes a lot of mental, physical, emotional discipline, There is a part of her that was always extremely fragile. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pushed her towards sports to kind of build up that confidence. And even though she may have and been pretty successful, and I'm hot, oh my God, I have the AC going, I have the fan going, and I'm hot anyway. There is still a very fragile state of mind, like mentally she's very fragile. And then you throw her into this mix, it's like, whoa. Transformation, death, transformation. It's a Scorpio card, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Mars is fire, Pluto is water. I am not too happy to see this series of cards, but we'll keep pushing forward. I truly worry about her. I really do. I don't want it to turn out to be the same old as we saw in that particular family across the pond, the previous generation, not the current generation. What happened to our Mr. Charlie Chaplin, who's across the pond, you know, if you know what I mean. I seriously, like, you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to actually say the words, because then everybody will get their knickers in a twist and come after me for whatever, because people only want to hear what they want to hear. And God forbid you say something that they are not wanting to hear, right? Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Seriously? Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords? The Strength card. Here, let me arrange this just for my own, right? Isn't that how it was? Yeah. Two more from this deck, then we'll get to it. And then we have the Prince of Cups. What the hell are you doing here, man? And then we have the oh my God, Seven of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Y'all, I kid you not, we got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Are you serious? And the Justice card. Okay, that's about enough from that. So we did talk about, you know, anxiety and grief and, you know, all that sort of stuff that's going on, you know. And then we did talk about, where is that transformation, right? Wait, not transformation. Oh my God. Here we go. Transformation, right? Let me get these cards organized. Then we talk about Ace of Wands, then Ace of Swords, correct? Then the Strength card here. I think I might have misorganized. Okay, so after the Nine of Wands, there is transformation. So with transformation, as we know, it's Scorpio, talks about Mars. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Mars is again, you know, going forward, whatever, burn baby burn, and Pluto is regeneration, is like the phoenix rising from the ashes, etc. But my concern here is, will she be able to transform herself, considering how much of this drama is going on in her life? Will she be able to transform herself? Meaning, will she be able to adapt? Will he transform? Her expectation is, hopefully he'll change. Hopefully he is never going to change. It's all about the ego. It's all about me. It's all about, how dare you expect me to change? He is not going to change. She shouldn't expect him to. She should know. But still, there is that 1% of hope right at the back of your mind. Now, Ace also talks about the urge to keep creating, the urge to keep inspiring, the urge to keep continuing to do what you're doing. So as much as she has anxiety and grief, she's going to continue to try to transform and make things like keep changing, and hopefully somewhere along the line that they will be, he will change. as much as he is stubborn, as much as he is very egotistical, that sort of a thing. And yeah, I mean, consider his station in life. Maybe that's how he was raised, right? And it's not just him. Anybody who comes from an institution such as that, there is that element of, how shall I say it? You're the man, you make the decisions, etc. Right? I may be your wife, I may be the queen too, but I'm going to have to take a step back, type of a thing, because there is a difference between the king and female, king and queen. Now, please, people, don't come after me. Okay, I understand equal rights 2022, all that I get. I'm just talking about institutions and how a lot of these institutions, which, the church is an institution, government is an institution, monarchy is an institution, right? So a lot of these institutions, for example, the monarchy, they are still very conservative and very traditional. So that's what I mean. So don't get all crazy on me. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords, as we know, talks about having mental clarity, wanting mental clarity, needing mental clarity, and it also talks about possibility of constant conflict. Okay, there could be conflict. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm going to say, as much as she may continue to do whatever, hoping things will change, it's not going to change. And at some point in time, she is going to have the mental clarity and saying, you know what, this is not going to happen. The Strength card is ruled by Leo, correct? And it talks about using your head, not your heart, finding the balance between your emotions and your heart, your head and your heart, right? And the Strength card talks about resilience, and it also, yes, it is control, it's glory, it's also ego, because the sun, Leo, is ego. So as much as she tries to figure out all that, she realizes soon enough that he is who he is, right? There is no way he's going to change. But she may try her very best to hold her own. She's going to try her very best to try to find that balance, between her emotions and her heart. I also feel that at some point in time, if she hasn't already, she is going to emotionally shut down. She is going to emotionally shut down. So what this tells me is, I wouldn't be surprised if she reaches out to somebody else for emotional comfort. Read between the lines. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually reaches out to somebody else. I'm just saying, give me 1 second. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. I mean, and where are you, man? Shoot, I was trying to find some information over here, something I had read, and I was like, maybe this is a good time for me to bring that up based on this Prince of Cups card, and of course I can't. There we go. Where are you? Why aren't you here? I can't find it. What happened? I have no idea. Because this particular card, I think I had sensed it. There is somebody who she's going to reach out to, y'all. For emotional support, to lean on, that sort of a thing. And would you blame her? I don't think I would blame her at all. I mean, what are you going to do if you start connecting with somebody and it's just it becomes a relationship of convenience, like a business contract? Then we're all human beings. Now, I'm not insinuating or saying anything particular. There is going to be a great reaching out to somebody, right? And also reaching out to somebody for emotional comfort. But here's another thing, y'all. I want to say that for her, she is going to have the support of a younger male, emotional support. Okay, let's move on from that because I'm going to start saying things that I shouldn't. Anywho, then we have the Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, I'm when I do my Zoom for my subscribers, right, for my close group of the real family who have subscribed and who attend the Zoom meetings the last Saturday of every month, I do mini readings on pretty much any subject they want, and I really get into the details of it. That's where I no holds barred, but then that has to be on invite only, because sometimes some information is too much maybe, and people purposefully misunderstand and misconstrue it. It just causes chaos. Okay, with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups does talk about too many choices, right? Too many choices. So even though she may reach out to somebody for emotional support, somebody younger, there could be a feeling of oh my God, I didn't know, now I have so many choices. Maybe I can kind of I didn't know that this was possible. I didn't know, I was being very staid. I was being whatever. I didn't know. Now I have all these options. So for whatever reason, however things work out, she's going to come to realize she has a lot of options. She's not going to feel stuck. She's not going to feel like she's under the thumb of somebody or under the control. She's going to realize she has options. And then the Ace of Pentacles says she is going to take up a particular offer. She is going to make a decision. She is going to accept a particular offer. That offer is going to be really good for her, because not only is it going to be challenging her, and it's going to challenge her emotions, it's going to emotional strength, it's going to challenge her mentally, but it's challenging for her because that is something that is, it's going to really re-energize her, and she's going to say, finally I've come into something that I truly enjoy, and she's going to go towards that particular direction. Okay, now is that another relationship? Is that oh my God, I have to find a tissue. Do I have a tissue? I have to hide my tissue box, y'all. I used to keep a whole bunch over here, and now I can't find it. Okay, I'm just going to use this because my wonderful what's his face's name? I have some wipes here. I'm just going to use that right now because I don't know where my tissue box are. Because my nose is running. Oh my God. So whether that is an emotional offer, another relationship, or really an opportunity to branch off and do something on her own, it could be. Now remember I said this is the Strength card, right? In the traditional tarot, 11 is Justice, but here it shows up as Strength. And in the traditional tarot, 8 is the Strength card, but here it shows up as Justice. But I will tell you, at the end of the day, we have the Justice card, right, which is ruled by Libra. Now, this is telling me that decisions will be made. I would not be surprised because of the help of this person, she realizes she's no more under the control or thumb or management of somebody. She is going to take the initiative. She is going to take up the offer. She is going to find the strength to start off on a new venture. And I will not be surprised if this ends up being a legal separation. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. Very, very unfortunate, because she is just, anybody, I'm not saying he's not a nice person, like I said, but at the end of the day, maybe they're not the best match for each other, right? That doesn't make him an evil person at all, so please don't misconstrue and misunderstand my words purposefully. I'm not saying he's a bad person. He obviously has tried. He has his own responsibilities, whatever in life, right? But they are just may not be the best of a match, right? After a certain point, and for him it's like, I have committed myself to the state and the government. I have certain limitations, whether I like it or not. It's like suck it up, buttercup, and just get on with it. But he was born to that blood. He was born to that station. So for him, it's different. Now she is a commoner who happened to be absorbed into that family. So there is a difference, isn't it? At least that's what I think, in my humble opinion. So I'm just going to read. I truly feel for her, y'all. I really feel for her, and for him too, and the family too. But at the end of the day, there's some dalliances that occurred which I don't condone, and she should have known better. But hey, what are you going to do, right? I can almost hear her saying, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I should have known. I knew it. I should have known. I knew it. I knew it. I should have I had my chance. I blew it. So he's a Pisces born on March 14th, 1958. She's a Aquarius born on Jan 25th, 1978. And they were married on July 1st, 2011. It's Albert Grimaldi and Charlene with Stock Grimaldi. Give me just a second, everybody. So let me show you the cards. I have 8 of Winter, and this says, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you are powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. What did I say? She has some insecurities, absolutely, because she is unable to comprehend how a relationship could have gone from that to here, right? I mean, so for her, it's very difficult to wrap her head out of. Then we have 10 of Autumn. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this says, take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Okay, hang on. Then we have the Queen of Spring, which says, brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. It says, believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. 9 of Summer, wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. Okay, and then we have King of Spring. Innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical, a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. I do believe this is more for her, like messages for her. She is kind of in a quandary. She is kind of in a state of depression, in a state of mental stress, not knowing which way to go, and truly questioning whether she is capable of, moving on and making these decisions and wanting to branch off and do her own stuff. There's a lot of insecurity because at the end of the day, the Grimaldis are a fairly powerful family, and we know the protocol, and the church is behind them as well. So as we all know, the church can make anything happen, right? And then she has to the universe is saying, try to now again, y'all, like I said, I personally don't think the marriage is going to last forever. But if she does choose to walk away, she has to also be concerned about her finances and moving on into the future, right? Because sure, she's used to a certain way. She got married in 2011, right? Maybe for the past 15 years she's been with him, and she's gotten used to a certain way of life. Now moving on, how is she going to manage financially, right? She may get a settlement, she may not, whatever. I don't know how that works out. She still has to be concerned about her finances, being self-sufficient, right? How is she going to be self-sufficient if she chooses to walk away from this? Then it does say there are people who are willing to help her, but the question is, are those people worthy of your trust? That's my concern. My concern would be there are people who are going to help her, obviously, right? but she has to maintain a balance between work and home life. So she's probably going to start working or doing something if she hasn't already. But my question is, how trustworthy are those people? They may have good intentions, they could start off as having good intentions, and who knows, somewhere down the line, hopefully those people who are ready and to help her, who are loyal and all that stuff, hopefully they continue to be loyal and friendly, right? That's my concern. So my question is, would they be dependable? Like, are they worthy of her trust? Let me ask that. Are they worthy of her trust? Six of coins. See, it talks about give and take. So if you trust them, they will trust them. So it's a give and take, exchanging of information, exchanging of loyalties, reciprocating trust, reciprocating respect. So as long as you know that this is a give and take kind of a thing with whoever this group of people are, you will be fine. But the moment it has to be a two-way stream. That's basically what it's saying. So do you trust them? Do you respect them? Do you believe in them? Are you loyal to them? If yes, then they will be too. If you are not, then they will not. If they are not, you are not. So there is a lot of give and take. You have to find the balance there. Then we have the 9 of summer, which talks about wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, magical time of life. As long as she's able to find that support, as long as she's able to kind of streamline her life and start going forward towards that, and has that constant support, and knows how valuable that support is and how valuable her support and her loyalty is also to them, she will be fine. Then we have the King of Spring. We have Queen of Spring and King of Spring. Think about that. King of Spring is innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical. A financial windfall, your leadership skills are needed now, and an unexpected supporter of your cause. So this to me tells me that there is a possibility somebody from this life, which is her current life with her husband, somebody from this life may have a turnaround, a turn of events, a turn of affections, a turn of opinions, a turn of their mindset. But isn't it odd that we have the Queen of Spring and the King of Spring? Now, just so we know, Spring is the Wands card, right? So we have the King and the Queen of Wands. Wow. Whoa. Oh my goodness, I hate when they go flying like that. Excuse me. And then we have the Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart, intuitive insights, you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. There we go again. So I wouldn't be surprised if this King of Spring tries to reel her back in after all that. So that's where she has to be careful and say, yeah, no, I don't think so. Or, again, don't fall back. Don't allow yourself to be trapped again, kind of a thing. So either this could go a couple of ways. One way, I hope not. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to put that out in the universe, if you know what I mean. The other is, if it does go to the extent of getting married, getting divorced, etc., that is one option. That's the second option, or the second possibility. The third possibility is that they may just decide to separate, as in not necessarily divorce, but hey, you go live your life, I'll go live my life. We will just maintain this facade called marriage because of the institution and the throne and whatever, the monarchy. So we will have an agreement that you go live your life, I'll go live my life. We will, whenever required, we may come back and pretend, like an arrangement. That's a possibility too. Again, I truly hope, I wish them both the very best. Let me make it very clear, just because they're not getting along with each other, at one point in time they may have grown apart, whatever. He's obviously, we all know, it's a known fact that he didn't necessarily keep his pants zipped all the time, right? If you know what I mean. I have to be careful how I say it. Clearly he has had his little dalliances and had some evidence of those dalliances, right? So it is what it is. But would I say that he's a bad person? I can't say that. It's just, who knows what goes on. I mean, who knows, right? So anywho, that's just my opinion, and again, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. So I'm going to leave it at that. Much love to you, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Please do visit my blog. The information is in the description box. My website information, my email address, my other social media handles. I do post every single day card for the day or cards for the day on Twitter, on Insta, on my Facebook page, and also on my blog. And also, if you are interested in a personal reading, please do visit my website www.therealtarot1123.com. There is detailed information as to the different kinds of readings I do, etc. And it's very, very user friendly. You can go pick and choose the type of reading you want. You can also have a look at the calendar and pick and choose the date and time you want the reading for, etc. It's very interactive. And if you still have any questions, please feel free to communicate with me. You can email me directly or also via my website. I appreciate every one of you. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do hit the bell icon. Leave your comments. I will get to your comments. I read them. I answer them. I may not do it right away. Like I'll do a few today, or sometimes I don't get a chance to catch up with all of the comments, but I do read them. So, and I appreciate the interaction. Please know on Wednesday, I post Wicked Wednesday videos. And every Friday, I have a live stream at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 1900 hours Texas time. I do the series, it's called Lost But Not Forgotten. So feel free to join. Thank you so very much, everybody. I appreciate you, my subscribers. You know I love you very much. And to the visitors, I hope you subscribe and do become a part of the Real Family. Thank you very much, and blessed be.